absolutely amazing. Something phenomenal from Liquid here, because this is a solid map for FPX, and this needs to be a curveball from Liquid that catches them off guard.
For me, they need to dominate defensive side. When they come to the attack with those no smokes, I pity them. I don't want to beat them at all.
Oh,
nice
no.
flash around. Scream's not pursuing it too aggressively, and he ends up taking quite a bit of damage for it. Falling back, lobbing himself a molly down so he can get himself healed up, and he's going to manage to pick up the ghost. Well, the other ghost. He's happy. Got some backup ammo. And still poking around, looking for a fight in there.
Yeah, Scream knows he wants to try and even up those numbers. Turret's going to be taken down already. Liquid already losing a man as well. 5v4, still a minute on the clock, and FPX don't actually have to commit to anything right now. Look where the spike is. Dead bang in the middle of the two sites. And they've split the players 2-2, right? They've not decided to say, okay, we just keep one player on B and rotate on over just yet. Their hand has not been forced. Link with a shorty looks to try and get some damage done up close and personal, but again, you got to get around the smokes that could be deployed at the same time as well. Angel going straight in for that old orb. Eccles trying to force him off it, but realistically, you're not even going to get a kill off the back of it anyway, so it doesn't even matter. They jump into the teleporter. It looks like it's going to be an A hit as well. And well, FPX, they're fully ready for it, but I'm glad to see Liquid already rotating.
Yeah, they're fully stacked up on this site, ready for the hit to come through. Got a shorty up close, already been given away. Now there's no way they move towards Link. They're going to just leave him unchecked. The flash went through, but it's only to distract him and stop him going for a flank. You're going to get that spike planted. Cryptic's trying to get around there, deal some damage. He's got the opportunity, but he can't deliver the shots. The flash around just to fully deny them or try to. Time was almost an issue there. It almost cost them the round, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too much trouble closing this one out.
I'm all down for Angel and his slow plays here, Mitch, but that was a little bit too slow. If that spike had been taken out, we could have been seeing Liquid getting around. Same with Link on the Sova, but this Phoenix, are you trying to throw some aggression their way where they can just sit back and wait for you?
Well, you can already see it with the aggressive control over towards bathrooms that they're attempting. It's definitely something they're seeking semi-actively, but the question really is this kind of comp? Look, the reality is in this kind of comp, you were looking for heads-up aim duels again. It's the same as what we saw in the previous. Having no smokes on the defensive side isn't the end of the world. On the attacking side, that is a big problem. That is a massive problem for them, for sure. I really don't know. I want to see what their approach is. I'm thinking, like, Scream's wall can't reach all the way over to the APC, so they can still see you from heaven when you push A. So how are they going to aim you there? I really don't know.
Ooh. Well, that's a good one to kick things off with. No weapons going to be picked up, though, for Scream. Just an opening kill, which is great. Meadow hanging on. The rest of the push might be coming through pretty soon from FPX, as Cryptic is trying to dance around them for now. The Meadow's hoping more aggression might be thrown his way before he wants to push on it. Nicely done by Shadows. He just continues to push in. Kill's going to go the way of FPX, but still Liquid have a chance in it, especially with Soulcast with a Spectre in his hand. Until that happens, Zipan's ready and waiting for it. Now we're all on Link. He's up on the Sova. He does have a judge in hand, and well, he might be able to get some kills done at least. But picking up this round, there's a whole different kettle of fish.
I don't know what Link can do from this point. Again, it feels like he's just in Groundhog Day at the moment. He's stuck in the same position, 1v3, trying to clutch it out. With the SMG that he's got,
struggle with a real buy. And so for me, I'm not the biggest fan of this because it just allows if FPX now come to pick up this round as well. They have such a good bank of money without having to put too much of an investment in. They didn't all have to go to Vandals, for example. Just look at Shadow's position from here. This is where it can get scary. You can allow their economy to get too far out of control, and well, a gamble stack towards A for Liquid may be the worst decision they've made. Sometimes you swing and you miss, and it looks like a huge miss might be coming their way, but how quickly can they start to realize that this is what's going down?
Yeah, getting back in is going to be rough for them with just the pistols. I think at this point you probably just play to get in for like a dropped weapon or something like that.
Yeah,
you hope someone was lurking as well, maybe. That's why you see them just bunched up here at the moment. One guy comes around, they've got the pyramid ready to just spray away.
See the smart spike throw over as well.
Yep, not under pressure, so no need to panic plant. Get that old point over on your teammate instead. That's one thing that I feel like Angel has ironed out in this team.
Oh,
more
yeah.
than anyone else. You know, down to taking ult orbs, taking diffuses, all that sort of stuff. It's a very basic thing, but we've seen it quite a bit. You know, a player hunting, and they happen to be the one player that has their ult. It's like, you shouldn't be the one looking for a kill. Let your teammates do it for that ult chart.
Oh, here we go. Hello. Nice flash coming out. Shao wasn't able to get the kills on board. Scream tapping away. Eventually he goes down, and it's pretty much dealt with. Soulcast is just going to get the hell out of there.
They can invest into whatever they want. They've gone for a single operator, one on Link. He's got the light armor as well, backing it up. It has been a rough start, that's for sure. But Scream's delivering, man. That's the thing, right? But just pistols with the very weak buys that they've had, Scream is putting up the numbers. Now we get to see him with a rifle in hand, and we know how damn dangerous this guy is with a Vandal. He's got his ultimate as well, so just charging forward, looking for some victims. The Cage is trying to slow him down, but how much can you slow down Scream? He's already gained control in towards Path, and that is massive in and of itself.
The information's going to be had. The Phoenix ult going to be wasted. FPX, they're not pouncing on the opportunity straight away, though, but already rotation being forced here. There's still a minute 13 on the clock at the time. Oh, the ult coming out from Angel completely moves them away. Isn't going to touch anyone just yet. They've got site control, but is it going to be enough? Especially with this rotation coming through. Scream's just popping heads. He's straight up doming them, able to heal himself back up as well, so he's still well within the fight. How much more can he get done, though? Because FPX may have got the spike down, but they need to start picking up some kills, and it's just not going their way. Shao's finally able to find one, but he needs a hell of a lot more to go his way. Shadow doesn't get any backup in time, and Liquid, they're just pushing confidently onto the site, but they're lining up for Shao. He's good for 2, but eventually he will fall. A very solid choice there from Liquid to get that early rotation over. I'm just imagining you sat there like, I can do this. I know this
It's
will
like,
work.
you know, Assassin's Creed, the whole like bleeding effect. So the character, the guy in the real world that's in the Animus,
Yep.
he then comes out of it and he has his ancestors' skills. He's learned them. That's what I'm trying to do when I'm casting. I've got my hand on my keyboard and mouse, and I'm like, all right, if I just watch Scream enough, I'll basically become him. He's easy like that, you know?
We need to put "Don't try this at home" labeled directly on the stream right now.
This will not make you better, unfortunately. Oh.
That
If only
sudden
that would
realization. You're just like, oh, I wish. I really wish. But that's why we love to commentate these guys and cover their games, because at moments like that, Shao trying to do his best to lock it down. But Liquid finally picking up a round is actually key. And it wasn't really off the back of the Phoenix ult being used, but more just the decision-making by FPX off the back of it all. It being thrown out towards them and them heavily committing towards B. Now it's on Liquid to just hold strong. And well, we've seen them in many awkward situations where they've struggled on bind. Could they have found a solution that we weren't aware of? So Wolf going to be dropped. Not going to connect up with anyone just yet. Scream wants to play off the flash. Oh, he's going to be very careful. Angel ready and waiting for him. Shao picked up Link. The ult worked out for him. Cryptic's good for 1. Needs to lock it down some more, but it's not going to work out. Meadow on the Cypher ult. Positions are going to be revealed. And in this 4v2, Liquid might decide just to back away, hold on to their weapons, and stay out of trouble here. The Soulcast, he's on the hunt to try and find the operator, but he can't quite find it. It was hidden in the smoke. He manages to grab it, but will he even be able to escape? They don't seem to be able to want to hunt him just yet, but he's being oh so cautious, and rightly so.
You know, when you come up against FPX's attacking side, this is something that we've complimented a million times over before this patch came through. That's when they were running the Breach and the Brimstone. This map, as I said, this is the exact same composition. If you're FPX, this update has just... It's like winning the lottery without even buying a ticket. Like, they've just walked in, they're constantly playing this comp, and then Riot are like, hey, you guys want to be the one guy that maybe has an angle around those smokes? He's flashed 3 times, he hasn't got a clue where he is. Then you've got Raze, who can deal so much damage. We've seen it from Shao a million times. And then a very smart Cypher player. I mean, everything about FPX right now is just a well-oiled machine, and it's set up for success. I love their comp. I love the way they've been playing, and that's a week ago before this update came out. Then you look at Team Liquid. This is experimental. A team that's trying to find their identity in the game, as we said, so it is definitely understandable that they're going for this kind of play. But I need to see success from it, because so far it's been underwhelming.
Scream trying to find a way to potentially get a kill. He's got the backup of Soul Cast, but how much can it really help him? They're just going to escape and leave the bathrooms, allow FPX to have the control. But FPX not looking to push on anything just yet. 50 seconds on the clock, and again, with this attack inside of theirs, they're running the clock down. But then every now and again, they'll just explode and push into the site. This time, oh, Link able to get the refrag in, and that's exactly what they would have wanted. But they need to do a bit more damage off the back of this. Great work there as Showers are going to fall as well. That means they've got B long secure. They look straight up into Hooker as well. And if Zipan can't get anything done, Liquid will be in a position to get a second round finally. And off the back of FPX being pretty split up.
Spread thin, that's for sure, but they're trying to group up. 14 seconds left, though. There's no time to get in here. Not at all. Spike's being dropped. It's over at this point.
The
Round's
refrag came
already
in from
gone.
the operator. That's the time where you really want to be making a decision. Oh, aggression being shown here. Oh, Zipan! Oh, you naughty boy. Scream thinks he's got a chance to just run on out and cause some problems. It's not going to happen. He's popped his ult, but Meadows there ready and waiting. The ult may be used, but it's not going to get any kills for him. Zipan's pushing on forward. He's looking to do some more damage. Link's using his Sova ult, and, well, he is actually going to find the tags in there. And does get the frag on Zipan as well. Still a chance for Liquid, but it's going to have to be perfect on how they try to retake this site.
Getting back in is going to be difficult.
Ooh.
We're down, sure. Cryptic. Okay, good opening duel. We need to see a little bit more. There's a very early pop coming through with the orbital strike. That could be a mistake. No kill connected on the back of it. There's still plenty of time left to get back in for Liquid. The spike only just now going down. I mean, they heavy committed to getting it in play. Now they've got to win the duels. Problem is as well, with the position that they've already got, there you go. Lockdown comes into effect, and this is where things can be very, very difficult to deal with. Getting back in here, because you've got to leave as FPX, and this is where an orbital strike could be perfect, but Shadow, how is he alive? He's dodging the shots, eventually dealt with. They haven't managed to detain anyone. One on long and one in hookah, and the time is quite low. They need these kills quickly over on the Liquid side. Angel spotted, he makes it around the corner. Caught on his way, what a shot by Link, and they have time. Great retake by Liquid. I mean, he's a player that you definitely see consistently making the right calls. But in this instance, you know, the fact that Lockdown was still in play, I see why they committed it. They didn't want to be pushed off after planting the spike. And obviously, if you can eliminate her, considering the position she was in, that would have been fantastic. No Lockdown to deal with. But unfortunately, you miss it, and that's you screwed.
Oh, Soulcast, super aggressive. We saw at the beginning of a round, he went to boost his way faster down B long. But will they ever expect this position from him? He might be able to sideswipe a couple of them. He's being cautious, and rightly so. Tripwire is going to be activated, but he still walks away with the opening kill onto Angel. No more players close enough just yet, and Eccles is going to do further damage. FPX with lesser weaponry, and Liquid taking full advantage of that. Meadows trying to bounce back a little bit here, but he's heavily outnumbered and certainly outgunned. They continue to try and push towards him, but maybe just calm it down a little bit here, Liquid. Don't get over-aggressive.
Yeah, they are going for it. I mean, look, you give Meadow the opportunities, he'll deliver. We've seen that from him in just the previous map. So it's definitely not something you want to overextend into at all. If I'm Liquid at the moment, I'm playing a super passive game. I'm giving this guy the opportunities to run down that clock all he wants. You've got a 2 versus 1 potentially on the A site. The worst it can be is if he gets into B. Maybe comes up long and manages to get the spike plant. I think that's something that you can allow him to do, especially because the Raze over there actually has ult up, so Solkas can deal with him. There's no risks, no need to go out for aggressive plays.
Melo could just run that clock down, no problem at all.
As I said, you got to be picking up these defensive rounds. You've got to be doing well, because I'm genuinely, I'm waiting. I feel like a kid at Christmas, but it's 2 days before, right? You're going to bed, you're like, come on. We're suppressed. I want to see what's happening when it comes over to the next half. What can Liquid deliver? Because that's going to be one hell of a challenge. For them to deliver with this lineup on the attacking side, I don't know what they'll do. And it's not even from a point of like, oh, this is bad, they can't work it. It's that I don't know what I genuinely don't know what the game plan is, and I want to know.
Well, that game
and
plan,
then you look
right,
at, as well, Brimstone, when Omen got the patch and Paranoia was so OP, still is. we were like, oh, well, Brimstone's not going to be used anymore. And then Angel's like, hey, I'm picking Brimstone every game.
Like, make it work.
What? Yeah, exactly. But it's the kind of thing you can't come in and say, well, that's wrong. You shouldn't do that. Because actually, there's benefits to things that maybe on the surface level you don't think of straight away. But one guy's going to think about it. They're going to figure it out. And that's when we really get some progress, get some new metas.
I think that's the thing, right? It's not just down to like, oh, well, this agent's really strong, you should use him. It's how does it work in the dynamic of your team. As we're ready, we're going to hear that Phoenix ult pop, Scream on the hunt, going through the teleporter, trying to gain as much ground as possible. But will he have the time to find anyone? Eccles and Cryptix looking to push their way around, but Meadow, he stands strong, he's ready and waiting for it. Zipan comes in with a side swipe, and Liquid, their plot has been foiled. This is not going to work out for them at all so far. They need to get this retake on go. Link smoked out of position. He can't see where to look or where to turn. Where Soulcast, he's entering with Scream, but they just have so little information to play off. Oh, they're having to back away. It hits them perfectly, and Soulcast, he's expecting someone to push him. He's got no information as to what's going on, and Liquid, they need to make a move. They need to find some options coming in here fast. Oh, the ult's going to be bombed.
Good night. Nice. Easy kill. Straight onto him as well. A body shot for the showstopper. That'll certainly end your dreams.
He is an incredible player. He is the star of the team. So the way Shao can just sometimes pop off and deliver, he does things like that that just make you go, wow. And he does it off an agent that he wasn't used to playing with. I think that's the key thing to point out.
It's the thing, right? When you look in towards the entirety of the FPX lineup, though, there is not a single weakness. That's what we're saying, right? When it comes to the agent picks, they're synchronized. They work very well together. But when it comes to the players as well, even though, okay, the likes of Meadow, let's say, you're not going to see him every single game. You're not going to see him on top of the scoreboard most of the time, but it's because of how the team is set up. If the approach that people think of as, you know, in a competitive FPX, hold on, Soulcast is pushing forward. He's getting a little bit of danger because Zipan's even got support here. Angel's there with him. This is going to be a swing into two, and Scream, he's good for one, but there's the trade right afterwards. The fault line coming in a little bit too late. Here's the smokes for the execute. Now we're in a little bit of trouble, but Link's managed to make it past them in time.
Oh, misses the key first shot, though. That's not ideal. The ult's going to come in on top of him. He's trying to duck out. They force him out of position. They tag him up, and the ult gets him either way. Eccles finds it onto Meadow, who maybe overextends a little bit too much here. This is giving Liquid a chance with it. The question is, can FPX hold on? They're right on the side. They spam it up.
On Phoenix, or whether it's Soulcast. And at the moment, success hasn't really been there. Even for Scream, you know, he's not in a position where he's dominating in these fights. I like the wall on the left side. This makes up for the things we used to see sometimes, and they're getting so much work done. But Zipan's got a double boombot kill. That pulls it right back for them. The ult looking for more, and they have just cleared out the A site completely. Even when it goes well for Liquid, it doesn't go well for Liquid.
Yeah, starts off so strong. Liquid looking to turn the tide of the round. But Zipan, his boombot truly went boom right up in their faces. They didn't expect it at all. Cryptix is trying to find some success with that Marshall, but it's not going to be working out for the rest of his teammates around him. And he's been shot. 2 health. Yeah, boombots that catch you by surprise like that are never nice. Liquid just wanted to go full charge ahead, right? They saw the blood and they went straight in for it. Scream again, trying to take this position a little bit more forward on Hooker. Oh, trying to spam up. Does actually a nice bit of damage there. The Sobrolt coming out. The rest of the 2 players on Liquid not quite in the position to do some damage. Link wanted to push forward on it, but instead he runs straight into Meadow. And again, they go down. There's a nice bit of damage done to FPX. This could be something the Liquid can work with. But again, straight out of it, they haven't got the numbers advantage, and Cryptix himself is taking some damage. Oh, and the position's being revealed. This is going to be a huge problem. They jump out the window. Cryptix needs to hold strong, but he's only good for 1. 4v2 now. And FPX, they're looking to solidly take this first half. It's going to take something huge to come out from Liquid if they want to turn this around. They're just being pushed away. They're running straight to Eccles. They're giving him the opportunity. What are you doing, FPX? You hunted him, and you may have just cost yourself it. Shadow's now in a 1v1. Eccles doesn't have much health to play with, and they're right on the side. The flash goes out. It works out perfectly, but they're playing with each other. It's ability on ability. And Shadow's going to keep it very defensive. He spotted the head there as the jump went up. He's going to tap the defuse. He's going to try and force him out of position.
Eccles
came off
almost
it. He
pulled
wants
it
to
the
go
whole way
again.
back afterwards, but his low HP after that, 3K was a little bit too much, unfortunately. Now we come into the attacking side. This is what I'm excited to see, Banks. Liquid, they've gone for no smokes. Pushing into the A side without smokes seems almost impossible to me. It's such a core part. This is where we saw Angel go against the meta, pulling out Brimstone in the first place, way back when that wasn't a thing at all, a couple months ago. So now, let's see what they've got in store for us.
Boombot versus Boombot to kick things off. Oh, I wonder if they were just going to pop through the teleporter and try and play a bit of a fake game here. Full lamps control had by Liquid and soon to be sight control as well. The rotation's already come in and it's full focus from FPX to try and get this done. Zipan, he's on a tear once again. You can't slow this man down. Meadow takes down Soulcast as well. Link eats the grenades and Zipan, he's not done yet.
Very bad. And at the moment, it's the latter. Look, we can't judge them off a pistol round, though, realistically, or this round here where they've got classics. But it's the fact that they're 10-4 down. That's more the issue. It's not that their comp won't work on attack, or it's not that we can definitively say that. In fact, you can't even judge them off one game, James, can you? Like, reality is they could be having a bad day, bad series of days. They need to get comfortable with the comp they're rocking. Look, if Sliggy thinks it's viable, there must be something to it that I'm just not seeing.
Well, also, right, though, we heard this when I was speaking to the FPX guys, that they've been avoiding practicing the teams they're going to see in this tournament for obvious reason. So this maybe been working out fine for Liquid against others. But you're dealing with FPX, it's a whole different kettle of fish. And, well, Shadow Joe's his best to spray him down. Doesn't quite work out. The full rotation coming in. Meadow's just got to stay alive here. Nicely done. How did he get screamed there? He's doing more as they continue to push up into him. He can't be phased. He can't be stopped. As Angel finishes off Cryptix as well, and that's going to be a 10th round on the board. Nicely done from start.
You go for it. I'll take all the bars you can give, but singing, let's leave that one.
Get ready for tomorrow then, Mitch. Get ready. I'm coming prepared.
You're going to have your written ready.
The grind book is coming out.
Fantastic.
I'm going all the way back to 2001. Were you even born then?
I don't even know. I don't know. That's a long time ago. Is that black and white movies, was it?
Remember what Godby told you when you were making fun of my age last time?
That's true. It's true. I did get given that too. I better keep myself in check. But look, who else needs to keep themselves in check? That's FPX. Because right now, their ego's got to be getting pretty damn big. They're number 2 in the world, and they're proving it here up against Liquid. Number 2 in the EU, excuse me. The world, basically, when it comes to competitive FPS shooters. Well,
You're trying to trigger all of NA.
Arena FPS is different. I'll give Rapid any day of the week. These guys are gods. You put them in CS though? No. I think Valorant. But we'll see later. Oh, the volley.
Oh, Meadow still got away with a kill despite the flames being at his feet. Cryptix playing off the edge of it as well. Shao trying to get some extra information in. Was able to see just a little bit with Shadow having the judge as well. He needs to get up close and personal, but Zipan, he's getting it done with the grenades. He's looking for more, but they line up for Cryptix.
I don't know
They're
if
gifting him the
crack
opportunity
against this kind of attacking side of Liquid. I don't know if anyone will have cracked against this kind of attacking side. So I guess there's always the potential to come in and catch them off guard. You have many flashes to play around. Maybe that's what they're going for. Again, pushing into the A side, I think, is going to take the back burner a little bit. You really want to see the majority B hits because that's where I think the smokes are less required. But still, ideally, you want some.
Oh, no.
Wow. Great work. Great nade. Fantastic. I love seeing that over from mid.
Yeah.
And there's already 3 players towards the B side, and they're toying with the idea of getting that extra rotate through.
The Killjoy being deployed, but Meadow doesn't matter for him. He's going to look to do some more damage before they get detained. More damage coming in. The ult's up as well. Great work. And is it enough? That's the question. Zipan tries to come on the flank, but Link ready and waiting for it. He's fully prepared. And now we're in a 2 versus 2. Actually, a good opportunity here. Liquid want to try and get their skates on. The spike position is actually not ideal for him. That's not going to work out.
Where do we go from here? You're 1 versus 2. Ult's already dissipated. Angel's making steps. They know exactly where he is. He's spraying away to try and get some damage done, expecting the plant inside, but it's actually backside.
Being prepared for Zipan to be quick on that flank through the teleporter. Yeah, it may make a sound cue, but how many times do you hear that sound cue and you just kind of forget about it, right? We see players too focused on what's going on the site. 10-6, and well, Liquid, it looks tough for them to climb up into it, but with this round being a bit of a low buy coming out here from FPX, there's still a huge chance for them, but seeing Shao with that judge, it scares the hell out of me, Mitch. We've seen many amazing moments throughout these European Ignition series with that man and that gun.
The 180s with the judge, I'll never forget it.
That was sickening. Sickening.
Never. Not a day goes by I don't dream about that. I was holding my mouse that time as well. Still hasn't worked out for me, but I'm waiting for it. This is
the old ball.
Oh, we've got the flashes around. It is obviously dealt with on the spams, even though those players are blind, but getting back in is difficult. Made a little easier potentially by the ult. It actually caught Cryptics up close with that. Spike's still not planted. This is looking quite good. FPX. Oh my God, Meadow! That's what a ghost. Luckily, they took down Angel in the interim, but the flash actually managed to catch them off. And Liquid make it away. They get another kill in the process. Okay, so it's a 1 versus 2. It's very winnable. But they both rotated. That means there's going to be a weapon in play. Guaranteed rifle.
That was crazy. That was far too close. 1v2, no armor up on Shadow either. But having the weapon might give him an opportunity. He's trying to spam up the position, see if anyone's further forward than he might expect. But I love this from Liquid. They're using the buddy system. They're staying together. They're not giving him the chance of a couple of 1v1 fights. More noise being made, and Shadow, he knows this is a tall task for him. You can avoid that for now. Nicely done. Oh, not. It's not going to be enough, and it's not going to connect with him either, but he at least knows their position. He wants to try and bait him out. So he's going to keep on the site long enough to at least do some further damage. Can head into that teleporter and try and escape. Scream on the hunt. He's going to get flashed down.
That's more of a positive than you would expect if you were FPX. And now they come into this one with a full buy. They've got all the rifles that they want. I'm actually interested to see that Liquid are preferencing the Phantom. They've only got 2 Vandals. And after the update, obviously, the objective was to balance these weapons so that they're even. Not so that one is being used more than the other. They don't want the Vandal to be the exclusively used rifle. If they did, they wouldn't have put a second rifle in the game. But a lot of the players that we've seen today have been swinging back over to the Vandal. I know that the majority have been very happy with the update because it's a weapon that just feels so damn good to use. And yet, for Liquid, not so much. They're Phantom through and through. Maybe it's the skin.
Well, Liquid have a lot of control towards B once again. 3 players already rotated over from FPX, though. Leaving just 2 on the A site for now. 50 seconds to go, and we could see the teleporter run through if Liquid so wanted to do it. Angel deploying the smokes. He wants to delay their attempt to push in. Shadow's going to have a go at it himself. Great timing on this, and they're going to swing on it. Shadow finds himself. Scream. Angel picking up kills as well. This is the FPX style you want to see. They were ready and waiting for it. Spike on the floor. And now Liquid are in a 5v2. This is less than ideal, but Soulcast wants to try and even up the numbers. Is this going to be enough? Is this going to be possible for him? Right on the edge of it, Link. He understands there could be a player right there. I think he's just catching the shoulder of him potentially.
They might showstopper off this. They've spotted the player in the corner and to the left side. This is it. Potentially showstopper, but no.
Trying to slow down that momentum. And I really feel like momentum plays such a huge factor in Valorant compared to other FPS games. You really see the confidence plays, right? Whether you're going to commit to the duels or not.
Yeah, it has. A lot of the time, as you were saying earlier, Banks, you do just commit to duels. Going in for those shoulder peeks and bailing is rare. We've seen Xiao do it. He had some great jump peeks earlier on. Yeah. And the benefit of the jump peek, they obviously won't be aiming at your head. So even if they do connect a shot on the crosshair placement, it's probably not going to be a headshot.
Oh, this is so nice.
Oh my God. That's disgusting.
Trying his best. Eccles is ripping heads off. Angel wants to fire back with some of his own, and he's not done yet. Headshots delivered, and he's holding in. Angel, you absolute madman. He's put it into a 2v1. This was looking like it was Liquid's round. He forces him out, but he's reloading in the open. Link trying to save the day. They're both tagged up. They're both semi-low. Liquid in to try and bait out the move, and nicely done. What an absolute beautiful headshot delivered on Shadow.
That's the problem, right? It was that small play. And again, of all the players, I don't expect it from Angel. This guy is normally so smart. He's on the ball with his decision making. I'd say himself and Scream are probably the ones on the server that you expect the most of, in that sense that they don't overextend, they don't give back advantages whenever they found them. And here we see that cost them potentially match point. I mean, when it was in the 2v1, they could have even allowed the plant just to group up.
Hugely smart decision at the end there, though. Put the spike down, fake it out, go in, lands the headshot, makes it work, and grab Liquid around. One they desperately needed, keeping them in the game, keeping them away from that match point, that series point as well, might we add.
And, you know, just one quick addition to that, Banks, as well, and it's something that you brought up actually a little while ago, I think in the Allied event, was that it's very easy to criticize those kind of plays. It's very easy to sit here and go, oh, you should never have peeked that way. Well, we could have said that about the third kill that he got, and yet he got it. And so he's an animal. And it's these kind of things where, like, yeah, statistically, you know, 1v3 you should save, but if you get the 1v3, you're God. It's unfortunate that they didn't get it.
And that's the thing, in the heat of a moment, you can make mistakes like that. God, I'd hate to be in their position. Right now, FPX looking to hold on. A good start from Angel as Liquid again. They're trying to find success in the B site, but it might be too late. The clock is running down, but Eccles and Scream, they're trying to act like madmen, but on 28 health, how much can Eccles really get done? Or will he spot it out? He goes in for the spike plant. He's going to get...
I said this in the start of the game. They've not set themselves up well for these attacking rounds. They've put themselves in a spot where you have to win your duels. And if you're not, if those fights aren't going your way, if your opponents are hitting the shots, well, you don't have anything to fall back on, really.
They're trying to rely on that superior aim, and, well, a lot of their players do have it. Right now, against a team like FPX, it's just not working out. Well, the ult's going to be popped. Scream's pushing on forward. The Killjoy ult's in play as well, but Angel, he's ready and waiting, and he actually finds Eccles through Scream. FPX are dominating, and Liquid just don't have the answers. They're getting picked apart. They're getting torn to shreds. Only Scream remains, and FPX are going to take this 2-0. 13-8. A Scream, he just has to back away. He's got no hope.